Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back for another week. I've just realised it says manifesting and receiving on the top. Hopefully someone's there can let me know they can see me. Otherwise I'll just rabbit on for a bit. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cough and a cold, and so let me just apologise in advance if I start to cough a little bit. While I was thinking about what to go over this week, what topics, I kept coming back to this time of year when, we all start to think about the new year and what's going to happen. And obviously next week, oh, cool. Thank you. Someone can see me. Sharon. Are you Sharon or, and Jess? Anyway, so I thought we kind of look at, like I said, next week we won't be here because it'll be Christmas Eve, and then the week after that is New Year's Eve, so we'll have a couple of weeks off, and then we'll be back in the new year. So this topic is kind of, I thought we'd look at moving into the new year, and it's a time of year where we start to think about changes and being brave, doing what we want to do, and just putting ourselves out there. And it can be actually really hard to do. So I thought tonight we'd start a little bit of work on that, and then when we're back in the new year, we'll do another kind of follow-up on the same sort of topic, and see if anyone's feeling a bit different about their, New Year's resolutions or goals, or, we're heading into a next century. So see how we're, what we're all thinking we should do into the next decade. Oh, not next century, next decade. Sorry, my brain is just not here. Okay, so today we're going to, which I have already covered before, so being brave and moving forward. Hi Margie, hi Jess, hi Sharon. We will go. Before we start, everyone, if they can grab a pen and paper, bit of paper. So what you're going to do is jot things down as they occur to you. Some things I'm going to hit the nail on the head for you. Other things I'm going to miss the mark, just because that's the nature of a tapping circle where I'm not getting feedback really from you guys. Normally, even in a normal tapping circle, you'd all be face to face. So I'll be getting some like visual feedback from you. Obviously, in this case, I don't get any visual feedback from you other than your comments. And sometimes the comments seem to, I don't know if I just don't see them or they disappear, because I do know sometimes I'll go back and have a look at the comments afterwards, and I notice they're there. So if I do miss something, feel free to message me, just because, sometimes I maybe it's just me and technology. Okay, so glass of water, pen and paper. A little bit about me for those of you who haven't come along. I'm an emotional freedom technique and life coach. I really, really, really like helping people feel confident and brave and happy and, moving forward with what they want to do. And, trying to get rid of those blocks of what stops us, what holds us back. So to do this, I use emotional freedom technique and tapping, and then we just sort of talk a little bit as well. If we were doing a private session, we'd do that. Sorry, I work part-time somewhere else, and I have my work uniform on because it's very hectic this time of year. So if you see logos, and that's where I am at the moment. I'm in the back office where I work. Okay, so emotional freedom technique is exactly what it sounds. Hey, Marlene, how are you? You're trying to free yourself from the emotions that hold you back. Obviously, we don't want to free you from all emotions, because you still want to feel happiness and to a certain extent, yin and yang. You need emotions, but obviously we don't want those. You want to get rid of those emotions that do, cripple you or hold you back or cause you distress. So that's what we're trying to help with here. There's a little short, I just tried to mix it up a little bit tonight, so I'm not sure what you guys are seeing, whether you're seeing the mountain in the background with the tree, but hopefully you are. So I thought I'd mix it up a little bit. Oh, pardon me, tonight. So those of you that haven't done tapping before, there's some tapping points that we tap on. So this is called the karate chop point. Pretty much I only use this at the start. So you can tap with a couple of fingers, whatever you're comfortable with, left, right, doesn't matter. Sometimes I'll change throughout. So yeah, don't feel worried about that. So that's one point there, the karate chop point. The other point is the eyebrow. So sort of where obviously your eyebrow meets, just again a couple of fingers. Sometimes I just tap with one, sometimes I tap with two. The side of the eye, so where my glasses would sit, I'm just tapping there. You'll generally tap where it's comfortable for you. So that's the right spot. You're just going to find it. Under your eye, I'm a bit sinusy, so that's a bit of a sore spot for me. So I'll be very gentle. Under your nose, in the cleft of your chin here, on your collarbone, and again, it's kind of where it's automatically. I tend to tap quite wide on my collarbone. I tend to use 3 or 4 fingers, but again, whatever works for you. There's another point under your arm, as you can see in the diagram. I don't use that. I tend to find that wrecks my flow a little bit. I feel like I'm sort of stretching across my chest, so I tend not to use that. And then the top of your head. So they're the points that we're going to use. Let me put my glasses back on so I can see. I know my hair's gone feral. Okay, and what we also do is we usually start with acknowledging the problem. So it kind of is a bit counterintuitive. You want to make yourself feel better, but we look at, and which this will make you feel better, but in order to do that, we need to address the issue. So we talk about the issue, the negative thing first up, and then we kind of to reduce it and, sorry, let me just turn my phone off. Then we kind of reduce it and then we pop into the positive and let's get going and feel good stuff. So hopefully that makes sense. Anyone has any questions on the way through, just pop them in the box. I'll hopefully answer them. Okay, so we've done a little bit of work on accepting ourselves. And so that's great, and hopefully everyone's sort of done a little bit of work on that. These recordings are there for any time that you want to watch them as well, so feel free. So public speaking. Yeah, tapping will help with public speaking. In fact, there's actually been some studies on public speaking, Marlene. What I would do is find out what it is that scares you about public speaking. Is it standing in front of people, not feeling knowledgeable enough? Find what it is specifically for you that's the issue. It might, I don't look good enough, I don't have enough knowledge, I don't sound confident, I don't like my voice, whatever it is. And then tap on that. The other thing to do is before you head up to speak, just tap. I mean, you can do the whole round, that's fine. But you tend to find, I would just tap and, I'm safe, I'm okay, I'm safe, I'm okay. Whatever phrase that helps you. Like I tend to use like I'm safe, I'm okay. For things that stress me, I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe. And then that should help. The microphone. Oh, that's interesting. So you don't like the way you sound? Or is it or it's actually the microphone itself? You think you're going to get a shock of it? Sorry, this will be interesting because I don't think I've spoken for a big length of time. So by the end of it, we might be in trouble. So yeah, what it is about the microphone, and then focus on that. So is it you feel uncomfortable holding it? Do you just feel you look stupid? Sorry, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth or in your head, but yeah, what is it that is specific about that? Tap on that. Probably other things will crop up, and just keep tapping away, and then hopefully that'll reduce it down, and then get into the I'm safe, okay, I am good enough. Oh yeah, anxiety about labour. Yep. I would, definitely. Josephine's just asking about getting close to labour, 37 weeks. Congrats, it's kind of exciting as well. Definitely tap on how you're feeling, and you're feeling a bit scared and nervous, and yeah. Whenever you're feeling it, or you know, when you wake up in the morning, even if you're not necessarily anxious at the time, tap on that then. But definitely when it crops up, I would tap on that. Yeah, don't wait till you go into labour. Try and deal with some of it before you get there. So, and you know, it is an anxious time. I totally get that. But yeah, tap beforehand to work out what it is that's making you anxious, what's scaring you. You know, fear of the unknown, fear of the known, depending if you've been there before or not. Yeah, just definitely tap on feeling anxious about that. Okay, everyone. Okay, let's go on this, and we'll see where. Okay, you just want to sync when you start talking. Yeah, so Marlene, I would definitely look at, but why do you want to sync? Is it like eyes on you? Is, you know, once you start to speak with the microphone, everyone hears you and eyes turn to you. And is that you don't like to be seen? Is that seen? Or is it you just don't like the way you sound? You know, what specific thing starts to happen? Why do you feel anxious about it? So, you know, you're trying to get to that, like your tabletop is your anxiety about it. Underneath it is why, and it could be, you know, a memory from the past once before you've got up, and so yeah, whatever it is that crops up. And Josephine, yeah, definitely, yeah, labour's pretty scary. But you'll be fine. You know, I know everyone says that, but you know, a massive percentage of us are fine. So, you know, and it's, I, from someone who actually has had issues with in labour and whatever, it's the outcome that you're looking for. So, and you know that. So, yeah, so your nerves kick in. So literally, I'm safe. I am, you know, visualise yourself, back to Marlene, visualise yourself with the microphone before you go out there. So do some work at home. Visualise yourself with the microphone. Visualise yourself out there, and, you know, take a step at a time. So visualize standing in the wings. How do you feel then? If you're if you sort of start to feel nervous about that, tap, 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 tap till you get down. Then visualize walking out on stage. Depending on when they hand you the microphone, you know, if they hand you when you're on stage or they've handed you when you're off, you know, visualize the whole thing and every step of the way. So, you know, every possible small step that you can tap on. So maybe not tap on the whole, I'm really nervous, but tap on, I can visualize myself walking out. I'm feeling really nervous. So you tap, you know, I can see myself walking out. I can see myself walking out. I'm really nervous walking on the stage. I'm really nervous walking on the stage. So tap on that. And then they've had, you know, when that reduces down to a, you know, 1 or a 2, tap on, they've handed me the microphone. They've handed me the microphone. And, you know, you probably find that you peak again while you're thinking about it. Tap on that. Tap on, you know, your opening line. What if the microphone screeches? And, you know, visualize. So tap on that if that's an issue. Tap on, you know, suddenly everyone's looking at me. You know, that just, I'm hoping that makes sense. You know, so you don't have to tap on the whole thing, which will help get your anxiety down in that moment. But what you want to do to get rid of it is to try and tap on all the little things that build up. So hopefully that helps. Feel free to yell me, you know, send me a couple of PMs. Righto. Okay, let's get into it. We're already, oh dear, I'm a bit snuffly. Okay, so let's just tap now on getting ourselves centered and calm and focused, which I really need because, you know, heading into Christmas, we all get a bit hectic, so this should be good for us. Okay, so just follow along. Repeat out loud what I'm saying. If you've got surrounded by a lot of people, you know, you don't have to repeat it, just say it in your head, and we'll see how we go. Okay, here we go. Even though part of me isn't grounded and present, I choose to accept myself now. Even though part of me feels like it's elsewhere, I choose to accept myself. Even though I'm feeling a bit scattered, there's so much to do, I choose to feel grounded now. I choose to be present. My brain's going 100 miles an hour, but I'm choosing to spend time doing this. I'm choosing to spend time and focus on myself. I'm choosing to be present for this hour. I'm choosing to be here. I'm choosing to be grounded. I'm choosing to be present. I don't feel very grounded, and there's so much going on, but I'm going to take the time. I'm just going to stop for an hour and just be present. I've got a lot of things to do, but I'm just going to do this now. I'm going to focus on this for a while and just be present and grounded. I'm feeling calmer already. I'm feeling safe. I'm feeling grounded. I'm feeling present. I'm feeling safe. My brain's starting to slow down. My brain is slowing down. I'm not feeling so rushed. I'm slowing down. I'm calm. I'm safe. I'm grounded. I'm present. I'm calm. I'm safe. I'm grounded. I'm present. I am present. Okay, big deep breath, all of you. I'm a bit snuffly, just need to blow my nose. So just have a quick think about, are you feeling blocked from moving forward? You know, we looked at accepting ourselves and feeling better in ourselves. But I want you to have a think about what changes you want to make and what stops you from making them. Why do you feel sort of blocked? Why can't you take the step forward? So have a quick couple of seconds, write down on your pen and paper what it is you can't help yourself with, if that makes sense. You know, whatever pops in your head. So I'll give you a couple of secs with that. When you do that, I want you to think about how stressed it makes you on a 0 to 10 basis, 0 being doesn't worry you at all, you're quite fine and life's pretty good, to a 10, which is, you know, you cannot get more stressed than a 10. So hopefully anyone wants to share, feel free to share. If not, I will just sort of, you know, move on and make sort of assumptions. And like I said, I will start to just say some things. If it really resonates with you and, like, you know, stuff crops up for you, write it down on your bit of paper. That's the stuff you need to tap on when we're away from our tapping circle. And if, yeah, so tap on those things and just jot things down as they come to you, because that's kind of what you need to go with. Okay, so again, we'll just use a karate chop now, and then we won't use it probably for the rest of the night. Even though I can't be brave and step forward, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I want to be brave and I want to make some changes, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I want to make changes and I just can't, I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay, now we'll head through the rounds. I can't always make the changes I want to. I can't seem to make the changes. I try to step up, but I just can't seem to make it happen. Maybe I'm not brave enough because I can't make these changes. I want to make these changes, but something holds me back. something blocks me. I block myself. I can't make these changes. I'm just not brave enough. I get too nervous, and then I back away. I want to step up. I want to be brave. I want to make changes. But then when it comes to it, I just can't. I just can't do it. I block myself. I stop myself from doing it. I tell myself I can't do it. I block myself. I block myself from making change. Even though I really want to make change, somehow I just manage to keep stopping myself. I'm not even really sure how. I'm not really sure how or why. But change just doesn't seem to happen. I keep falling back into old patterns. And I can't make these changes. I'm just not sure why. I can't make these changes. I can't make these changes. Okay, again, a couple of nice deep breaths. Hopefully you just, if anyone wants to share, let me know what's gone on, whether you feel less stressed about it all, less intense, or more. If you feel more, it's probably other things have popped into your head that are actually really relevant and probably more than likely, the cause of you not changing. So what do you feel when you think about this? Do you feel like angry with yourself or with other people that you can't take yourself, can't take that step towards change? Do you feel like you're not brave enough? Do you feel sad, angry, frustrated, weak? Or is there, are you angry at yourself, or are you angry at other people for not supporting you and not feeling supported? What is it that has cropped up for you? As I said before, we're hitting a new decade. So we're, looking at where you want your life to be, what's happened in the last few years, and are you heading towards your goals? And what are your goals? It's time for setting goals. So Christine's feeling stressed about her situation without knowing what it is. Just keep tapping on, I feel stressed about my situation. So as we're going through this, even though I'm possibly even on a totally different topic, your brain will kind of have your issues ticking away in the background. So whilst it won't necessarily clear all those issues, it will start to process a little bit. So that's why tapping is quite powerful. So, we can be tapping on something different, but your brain is going to where it needs to go. So it's quite clever, really. And like I said, if you're not, totally focusing on it, it won't necessarily clear it, but it will help you start to accept and think and all those things. Okay, so we will continue on. I'm just going to talk about some stuff and see where we end up. Okay. I can't take those steps forward. I feel stressed. I feel stressed about my situation and I can't move forward. I want to be brave. I want to make changes. But it frustrates me. I get really frustrated. I feel blocked. I can't get out what I want to say. I can't do what I want to do. I can't do it. And I get frustrated and angry with myself and a bit ashamed that I can't do it. Other people seem like they can. So I get frustrated that I can't. I get frustrated. I get frustrated. I get frustrated. I get frustrated. And I get angry and sad. I get angry with myself and angry at other people. I block myself. I'm my own worst enemy. I just avoid starting. I have all these great ideas and all these things I think I should do and all these things I think I could do. But I just make excuses and I don't start. I'm not brave enough and I'm frustrated. I'm not brave enough and I'm frustrated. I block myself. 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 Okay, big deep breaths again. So I'm feeling really mellow now myself. What's cropping up for anyone is anything, again, we're going up or down in our frustration. Have I hit upon a word and you've suddenly gone, oh my God, I blocked myself, and it suddenly clicked into your head about what you do to sabotage yourself. So just have a little think about where you're going there. Also have a think into your body, like physically, where are you holding the tension? You'll probably find that, there's a bit of tension there. So, yawning, sign of getting rid of some stress. So there we go. It's working for me. So where is your tension? Is it neck, jaw? I'm a bit of a jaw clencher. I'm shocking. I'm a jaw clencher. I'm a shoulder, and if I'm feeling really distressed, I get it in my chest. But physically, a lot of the time, it's jaw and shoulders. So, anyone wants to share, feel free. Pardon me. If you're holding the physical stuff, jot down where the physical tension is. Hopefully, at the end, we'll pop back in and you'll go, oh my God, that's gone. So that's the aim. All right. So we'll see what we're doing. And what I want you to also just have a think about as we're tapping through this is why are you blocking yourself? Do you not want to stand out? Do you want to not want to be looked at? Do you want to just be quiet and not noticed? Do you want to hide? What is, like, a bit more specific about what it is that you're feeling? Okay. I don't want to stand out. I just want to be safe. I just want to be safe. I don't want people to look at me. I just want to be safe. Sorry, everyone. Just want to be quiet. I don't want to be noticed. I just want to hide. And I want to be safe. I want to feel secure. I don't want to step outside of that. I want to be safe. I want to be safe. I want to be safe. Working for me tonight. People have laughed at me before, so I don't want to put myself out there. I don't want to make these changes. Even though I think I do, something stops me. I get stuck. And I want to be safe. I don't like feeling scared, so I want to be safe. I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail. So if I don't start, I can't fail. That's what my mind does. It tells me to stay safe. But I should be able to do it. I should be able to do it. I should be able to do it. I want to make changes. I want to move forward. I want to make changes. I don't want to feel sad or anxious or scared. I want to step up and make changes and be brave. I want to step up. I want to make changes. I want to be brave. I want to make changes and I want to be safe. I want to make changes and I want to be safe. I want to be brave. Okay, how we're all doing from that. If anyone just type a comment in. I haven't seen any comments for a little while, so I'm hoping that you're there and I'm just not talking to myself. Even if we are, I guess it records, so we'll pop it online. Okay, are we shifting something? Are we moving? Are we, what's going on? Remember, these first steps to be brave and make changes and step outside your comfort zone, they're the hardest ones. It's those first little ones of, being out there that are the hardest. I have a friend, Sonia, who told me the story. It was in a book that she's written. I'm not sure what the book's called, but I probably need to find out because it's a really good, and I've used this before. So those of you who've heard it before, feel free to remember. So, good. Oh, now I've got hiccups as well. Oh, my gosh. Glad a couple of you are feeling better. Yeah, tapping's amazing. It just, who'd have thought just sitting there tapping would just change how you feel. Unbelievable. Okay, so, yes, as I was saying, those first steps are the hardest. What Sonia, my friend, was saying that you think about you being in hell and it's really, 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 really hot and you want to get out, but you don't know how. So you don't know where to go. It's too hot to move. If you move, it might be hotter. Do you stay still and, it's really hot? Do you chance moving where it might be hotter? So, and then a ladder appears. So you see a ladder and you don't know where that ladder goes. You don't know. You've kind of got an idea that the ladder will get you out, but you're not really sure. You're not 100% certain what's going to happen when you're on this ladder. Are you going to fall off the ladder? Is the ladder broken? Is the ladder really hot? If the ladder's made of metal, it's probably hotter or as hot as being in the fire. So that first step is really hard because the ladder, that step onto that first rung of the ladder, isn't really any different from where you are now, in terms of heat. So you're going to take this first step and it's not going to feel that much different. And part of you will say, well, it doesn't feel any different. So you might as well step back to where you know what's there. At least you know what's there. So, you've got to make that decision. Do you take the next step up the ladder where it's still going to be hot, but it might not be as hot? So, you've got to almost take that risk. You don't know. Is it going to be hot? The rung's going to break? But what you need to work on is, rather than staying where you know it's hot and where you know you feel safe, taking those couple of steps and where the rungs start to get cooler and it's easier to climb. Does that make sense? Hopefully, I really like that analogy. It really works for me because it really is those first couple of steps up the rung that are just really, really hard. It's just, we all think, oh, we'll just change. But, let's face it, how many of us have, are we changing? Probably not as much as you'd like. So, and that's a case of, you're climbing up the ladder and you're not, you're scared as to the next step might not be as nice. So you've got to, take the risk and trust, I suppose. what I do a little bit is imagine that my life is a soccer field or like some sort of football field. I'm not sporty, so imagine whatever field you like. And I'm running around in the soccer field in the lines, having a lovely time, doing what I'd like to do, not really getting in any trouble because I'm in the lines. I'm playing by the rules. I'm all good. Something happens and I want to move out of the lines. I want to expand my playing field. I want to make things a little bit bigger, a little bit different. As I get close to the line, there's a referee who's like me, basically. And they go, whoa, we can't step outside the line. It might not be safe. You don't know what's out there. You want to be really careful. Like, let's go back and play in the lines. Let's go back and play. It's better. It's better in the lines. And that's when you've got to go, hang on. All I want you to do is move the lines a little bit. I don't want you to move the lines, like to the next country. I just want you to move the lines this much, just this much. We can see that it looks okay. We might not 100% see that it looks, it's totally fine, but you can see, I only want to move the lines of my playing field this much. So I would talk to the referee, which is me, blocking myself, and sort of have a chat about, I'm okay, thanks for helping me out. Really appreciate you keeping me safe. I'll probably tap on this, thanks, brain, for keeping me safe. But I'd really like to step outside. I'd really like to step into this new playing field. Just it's only a little bit bigger. It's only a little bit bigger. And I would, reiterate, it's only a little bit bigger, I'm safe. That sort of stuff. So that's kind of things that work for me. Sorry, talking a lot tonight. There's also a business coach who's passed away now, Jim Rohn, and it's spelled R-O-H-N. I'll write it down because he's probably a bit old school and he's not probably, kind of new age or whatever. Let me just write Jim Rohn. I really like him. I find some of his stuff, because he's quite practical and I'm quite a practical person, that his stuff works to me. What he sort of says is you're moving forward and you're going along, traveling along quite nicely, and you hit this fog. You don't really know what's in front of you. You don't know what's going on in this fog that's around you. You can't really see more than like a little bit in front of you. His kind of philosophy, and I'm just putting my view on what I think it is. So I'm hoping that, this is working, that you're in the fog. You don't know where you're going. You're not really sure what's ahead of you. If you take another step forward, you can see another step into the fog. Take another step forward, another step into the fog. So it's little steps. I'm back to the little steps. Forward is forward. That's my mantra. Forward is forward. You all know that. Those of you who've been around a bit, forward is forward. We don't have to run towards our change. We can just make those little steps where we start to feel comfortable. Some people love change. I'm not. I'm not a change lover. So for me, these things are how I change stuff. Wendy's just asked for reading. Sorry, Wendy, I'm not a psychic. I'm an EFT practitioner. So, yeah, we're just working on making changes and being confident and using some techniques to do that. Another thing is, have a think about what part of you is in control. When you want to make these changes, who is in control? Is it your inner child? Is it your rebellious teenager? We've all got these, personas inside of us. And what you might find is, if you're feeling like your life is a bus, right? This is a great analogy that we use in the life coaching course in the school that I went through. It's called Who's Driving Your Bus? So who's in charge of the bus in your life that's driving you forward? Is it the child? Is it the rebellious teenager? And that might be fine, but you've got to remember they don't have a driver's license. They don't know how to drive the bus. So they're sitting up the front of your bus, moving into your future, that you're up the back of the bus going, hey, I want you to make some changes. And they're sitting there going, oh, my God, I don't know how to steer. I don't know where the brakes are. I don't know where the accelerator is. I don't know anything. And, you know, they're pretty scared. So if you're up there as the bus driver and you've let the, like, rebellious teenager or the, you know, inner child take control, it's probably not the best. So what you need to try and do is go, right, that's who's in control. What I really need is, you know, grown-up me to get to the driver's seat. So that's kind of a short intro to that. We can do some more stuff on that if anyone would like, but I'm just going to try and get through because we're sort of running a bit late and I'm talking too much. Just going to keep, oops, sorry, hang on, I've just pushed something on my screen. Okay, we're just going to keep pushing forward. Okay, I want to think about moving forward and I can think about being brave. I just need to imagine it. I just need to imagine taking those steps. I might not be on the path completely, but I am safe. I am safe, and I can take just a little step. I can take a little step. Doesn't need to be big. Don't need to climb mountains. Just need to take a step. I just need to start the process. I need to get on that bottom rung of the ladder. I need to get on the bottom rung of the ladder. I'm going to take a step onto the bottom rung of the ladder. And it's a bit scary here. And it doesn't feel that much different. But I know I've taken that step. And that's all that matters, is I've taken that step. It was a pretty brave step to move outside my comfort zone, to move outside and just starting to make change, starting to be a little bit braver. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to be a bit confident. It's okay to be a little bit brave. It's okay to take a small step on the rung. And I'm just going to think about being confident. I'm going to think about being brave and think about being ready to move forward. Think about being ready. Think about being brave. Think about being ready. Think about being brave. It's okay to be slow. It's okay to feel a bit scared. It's okay to worry about what could happen. I understand those steps are hard, but knowing I'm on the way is a pretty good feeling. So I'm ready to take the step. I'm ready to be brave. It's okay to worry. It's okay to be scared, but I don't need to make big steps. I just need to take that first step. The first step onto the ladder. The first step onto the ladder. Might take time, but starting is the first step. I can just take small steps. I can just start being brave. Just by turning up tonight shows I'm brave, shows I'm ready. I'm ready to make change. I'm ready to think about changing. I'm ready to think about changing. I'm proud of myself for taking these steps. I'm proud to just be thinking about change and just having a go. I think I'll be safe, but it's only a little step, so I should be safe. I will think about being brave. I'll be proud of myself for moving and taking that first step. Proud of myself for moving and taking that first step. Okay, how you feeling? Had a bit of a big chat in the middle there, so hopefully your brain sort of ticking away a little bit. What's happening for you? Are you feeling a bit calmer? Are you feeling able to at least think about making changes? Because that's really the first step, is thinking about making the changes. Are you ready to be brave? And, you know, honestly, just turning up to these sort of sessions shows that you are sort of ready and thinking about it. So, and that is the, you know, forward is forward. So, okay, we will continue on and see where we end up. I'm ready to be confident. I'm ready to be brave. I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to make some changes. It's okay to be slow. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be worried. It's okay to be slow. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be worried. But at least I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about the possibilities of stepping onto that ladder. That ladder might be hot, but I'm still safe. You'll be slow stepping up the ladder. And sometimes I'm going to be really scared. But I'm okay. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to worry. But I'm starting to want to change. I want to make these changes. And it's going to take time. And that's okay. It's okay to be slow. I don't have to make huge jumps. Just need to take little steps. I can be safe and make change. I can be safe and make change. I can be safe and make change. I can be brave and make change. Just got to start. Just have to start. I can be brave and make change. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to take time. It's okay to take time. It's okay to take small steps. Small steps still mean I'm brave. I'll learn to be brave. I'm on the way. I am trying. I am trying. I will try. I can try. I'm going to try. Take these small steps, these little steps forward. Little steps of change. And it can take time. That's okay. I'll be safe and make changes. I'll take steps onto the ladder and I'll keep taking steps. I'll keep taking steps. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for working on this. I'm proud of myself for trying this. I'm proud of myself for taking small steps and thinking about how I want things to change and what I want in the future. Think about what I want in the future, being safe, taking small steps. I'm learning to be brave. 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 Okay, how are we feeling? Intensity level up, down, the same? Is there a phrase that kicked in for you that just suddenly you thought, that's it? That's exactly how I feel? Or, yeah, what's happening? What's happening? Someone let me know how they're feeling. I'm just going to take a quick drink while you all check in with yourself. Also, about now, I want you to think, when we talked earlier, we talked about where we're holding that stress in our body. I want you to think about where is it now? Has it shifted? Has it gone? Hopefully it hasn't increased. So let me know where that is for you and what is going on there. Okay. Maybe some other things have come up for you. If they have, then pop them on your piece of paper. Okay. We will head into some positive rounds and finish hopefully on a massive high and just feel great about ourselves. And then we'll have a quick chat about Christmas and, you know, hey, if your Christmas is a stressful time for you, how to use tapping to help with that. Okay. There are some great things about me. I have some great skills. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for thinking about change. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for thinking about change and taking some steps. I am unique. I have amazing gifts, and I'm grateful for those things about me. I am unique. I can do this. I can believe in myself. Even if it's just a small start, and start to believe in myself. That's fine. I just need to start and realise I have got good gifts, that I am unique, that I am amazing, that I can do this, that I am unique, that I'm amazing, that I'm centered and I'm calm. I'm centered and I'm calm. I'm unique. I'm amazing. I can believe in myself. I'm amazing. I can believe in myself. I'm safe. I'm unique. I'm amazing. Okay, hopefully that's feeling good for you. Feedback, anyone? Take some deep breaths. Think about how your body's feeling, how you're feeling, hopefully feeling relaxed. Heading into Christmas can be a really stressful time depending on your family situation, what else is going on. A couple of things, I guess, to try and remember on the way through, which aren't always easy to remember. You know, certainly I can tell you this stuff and, you know, it's not always easy to practice what you preach. So, you know, we're all a work in progress. Sometimes people will do things and you think, why did they do that? I don't understand. Like, that just seems to be the strangest, weirdest, most bizarre thing to ever do. And you may get hurt by that. What you need to remember is everyone has their own rule book in life in which their morals and standards and, you know, ethics and whatever are in. So everyone's got their own book of life, I guess. And what you need to remember is everyone's rule book for their life and how they live their life and what they feel is important is there. Someone else has a different rule book. So sometimes your rules and their rules aren't going to match. And that's when you need to realise that that's okay. You know, you're not going to change their mind on their rules. They're not going to want to take part in your rules. So, you know, when things get a bit, I have an ex-husband, when things get a bit strange and I start to get like, why does he do that? Why does he, you know, do this to the kids or whatever? I've got to go, his rule book. It's his rules. I can't affect his rules. You know, step back. You know, deal with maybe how the kids are feeling with them, not with him. Does that, I mean, kind of make sense maybe? So just remember that. Things get a bit, you know, tense over Christmas and the New Year. The other thing, I guess, to say is use tapping. You know, there's going to be times where you just feel pressured and hectic and, you know, inundated, and whether it's at work or home or both, or just take some time to just tap, I'm safe, I'm okay, I'm safe, I'm okay, it's okay. Whatever it is, phrase that you've got going that works for you, just repeat that for a little bit, and that should hopefully lower things back to a manageable thing for a few minutes, and you can get back in and do what you need to do. Pretty much, unless those of you who've asked for a reading, sorry, not a psychic, life coach and EFT practitioner, we're at the end of our session. Feel free to pop back at the start. Feel free to use these over the next couple of weeks. Go back and find all the lives. I tend to follow quite similar themes. If anyone has any really cool themes, I really would like to do some on pain. The trouble is, not everyone who's like physical pain, not everyone who's listening every week is in physical pain. So yeah, I've probably avoided it, but I really like it. So it's really great. So we may do one of those, and it can help, when you do have a headache and things like that. So hopefully I've been able to help a lot of you over the last sort of few months. I'm back again in the new year. I will reassess towards the end, just because I have another business and that's sort of going great guns. So I will at some point have to make a choice. But I love doing this stuff. I love helping people feel better and calmer and more relaxed and fulfilled and all those things. So love you guys. Have really enjoyed the last couple of months. Hope you all have a lovely Christmas. Use tapping when you need it. Yeah, just to feel great. So I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful holiday if you're having a holiday. A wonderful Christmas. If things are tough for you, use some tapping to get through. Feel free to drop me a message at any point. I'm about, not going on holidays, not doing anything. I'm trying to get rid of my cold is probably what I'm trying to do. Thank you guys for a really great couple of months. Have a lovely Christmas. Enjoy. Keep safe. And I will see you in the new year. See you all. Bye.